going on, everybody? It's going for the latest news. And if you're new here, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. We're going to get into this past Monday Night Raw on this past Monday. I know SmackDown's tonight. We quickly approaching WrestleMania. WrestleMania is tomorrow. Leading into Sunday. This is the official closeout day for WrestleMania, which is tonight. We're going to get into what happened on Monday Night Raw. We started off with an angry Gunther, pretty much saying that he's the best to ever do it, since he arrived in the company and stuff like that, and he wants his respect pretty much, you know what I mean? So he was out there early in the night demanding his respect pretty much from the WWE crowd, and then I know Jey Uso came out there a little later, and he pretty much think Gunther's scared. Jey Uso is becoming more serious. He's not wearing no colors. He's just wearing straight black. So Jey Uso seemed like he mean business going into WrestleMania. A lot of people already feel like Jey Uso's gonna win the match anyway. Which I feel like he is too. He has to win. Jey Uso has to win that match at Mania. As far as what they do with Gunther after that, when he do take the L, I don't know. Maybe they got bigger plans for Gunther. Also, Bron Breakker came out there and spared the hell out of how fast does that man run, man. I know Carlito didn't want to be in that spot that he was 2 weeks ago. So Bron Breakker came out there. My boy ran. He's like, nah, hell no. I remember what happened last week. That nigga Bron Breakker spared the hell out of Carlito. That was like a crazy spear, man. So, yeah, that had happened. As we get prepared for the fatal 4-way match between Penta, Finn for the win, and Dirty Dom at WrestleMania, which a lot of people feel like Dirty Dom gonna come out on top, which I feel like he should and would too, because I know they got bigger plans for Bron Breakker, man. Bron Breakker's gonna definitely be in a WWE title picture, somewhere down the line this year. But I'm also hearing that Bron Breakker's supposed to go against Goldberg and Sabi this year. I'm hearing that that's supposed to take place, so I guess that's probably why they having Bron Breakker drop the title, is because he's going against Goldberg and Saudi. I think that's supposed to be Goldberg's retirement match, so I guess they setting up for that or whatever. Also, the phenomenal AJ Styles and Logan Paul had a run-in. They feud is, I know they're gonna have a good match, but I feel like a lot of people feel like the feud is like definitely the build-up was definitely like lackluster. It was just, I know we all know it's gonna be a great match. Both of AJ Styles and Logan Paul are great in the ring. AJ Styles phenomenal. We already know that, and Logan Paul is like one of the greatest celebrity athletes that we had in recent time. But they had they run in. Logan Paul took him out, but I feel like AJ Styles going to end up coming out on top at Mania. And I also feel like it's going to be a good match. It's just the lackluster build-up was just, type trash. So a lot of people's not really into it like that. So, and I know AJ Styles had a match with Karrion Kross, and shout out to Karrion Kross. He definitely deserved his moment too for the work he been putting in as well, that Karrion Kross. I wonder what plans they gonna have for him in the near future, because he definitely deserves some type of opportunity. Hell, for the Intercontinental Championship or something. He deserves something. Karrion Kross been putting in that work, even though he ain't been coming out on top in much matches, but he been doing backstage and with the stars and stuff like that. He definitely deserves some type of push, or he deserves some type of, Karrion Kross deserves some type of something. I know it's a lot of people like a Drew McIntyre, Bron Breakker. It's a lot of people that deserve a higher opportunity. You got Finn Balor, I'm hearing that's going to have a good year. But I don't know how they going to do this. But also backstage, as you saw there, Paul Heyman was hanging with CM Punk, and the Tribal Chief Robert Brains was feeling that, man. He was giving them the side eye, and like, oh, it's like that, I bet. You know what I mean? And he just walked away. Paul Heyman seen that, he tried to follow him. You know, Tribal Chief Roman Reigns ain't trying to hit none of that shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, that took place. They went to the ring. Well, I know, yeah, they went to he was headed to the ring or whatever, and pretty much they went out there, and Roman, the Tribal Chief, he had it. Like, he was pretty much telling Paul, like, giving out all these favors I never asked for. I never asked the team with CM Punk at War Games, or this and that. I never asked for any of this. So you just doing stuff that I didn't even ask for, and then thinking I'm supposed to be okay with it. And then you hanging with the enemy, so it's like, I'm done with you. I ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing to talk about. So, you know, that happened. It looked like the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns was gonna attack the wise man Paul Heyman. You know, until I think Seth Rollins intervened. Seth Rollins freaking hit you know, Rollins with the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns with the steel chair in the back. And I laughed because I don't know if Michael Cole said it by accident, but if he meant to say it, it was funny. he had mentioned that when Roman got hit in the back with the chair by Seth Rollins, he's like, he got hit with a shield chair. I'm like, what? Did he meant to say that, or did he meant to say, oh, he got hit in the back with the chair like the old Shield days? But he said Seth Rollins hit Roman Reigns with a Shield chair. I lost it. I'm like, what? Did he mean to say that, or he I don't know. But it was, if he meant to say it was, I know Michael Cole be making a couple of mistakes on commentary, but Michael Cole deserved that right. He been there for like 30, 40 plus years and then never took a day off, so he's entitled to make mistakes on commentary if that was the case. But if that was meant to be said, that was funny as hell, man. A Shield chair. Like, so yeah, he hit Rollins hit Tribal Chief Roman Reigns with the steel chair in the back, like he did, you know, a couple years back, you know, on the Shield, like he did at actually Roman called him at Mania with it, whatever. But yeah, that took place, and that was, you know, that triple threat match is gonna be a good match. I feel like that match got potential. The build up towards it has been good as well. Not gonna lie. Now who's gonna come out on top? That's the question everybody, you know, trying to figure out, and who Paul Heyman gonna side with. A lot of people feel like Paul Heyman gonna side with Seth Rollins, or a lot of people feel like, you know, the wise man's not gonna side with anybody. He's gonna walk away from the whole situation as a whole, that I'm hearing that he may end up doing. But a lot of people feel like he gonna side with Seth Rollins. I mean, I feel like he is too, but I mean, since it's so obvious now to some people, they may take it another way. They may just have the wise man Paul Heyman just, I don't know, walk away. Because I'm hearing they might just have him walk away from all of them, and not just have no involvement with neither guys. But I don't know. That's just something else somebody threw out there in the air. Like, I feel like a few days ago already. It's a valid point though. That could take place instead of him siding with Seth Rollins. That could end up taking place. But like I said, I feel like it, I don't know. I'm just is confused with a lot of people when it comes to that. Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. But I know, like I said, I know it's gonna be a great match. I know that match is supposed to close night 1 of Mania, because I know night 2 is gonna be Cody and John Cena closing out night 2. The cards is pretty much stacked. I mean, a lot of matches is just, I don't know, I feel like it's just through in there, like with the women's tag team match between Liv Morgan and Raquel and Bayley and Lila Valkyria. Is just, that was like a last minute thing, I feel like, just thrown together. But I feel like that's gonna be a decent match. America Grande versus Rey Mysterio. I feel like that's gonna be a fun match to watch as well. Can't wait to see how that plays out. I don't know if they're gonna have, you know, Rey finally amass America Grande and expose him as Chad Gable. But we we gonna have to wait and see for that. Jey Uso, man, and the Gunther thing, back to that. I don't know, man. I feel like I should have. The second week not whooping Gunther ass is crazy to me, man. But I guess he's saving all the ass whooping for WrestleMania. He got to be. He got to be saying the ass whooping, like, cause listen. I would this last week of Mania. I would have had to do something. I don't know. Maybe a setup for design for Jey Uso to say the ass that he's going to get to Gunther at Mania, because it ain't no way, dog. Ain't no way. You know what I mean? The first week, whatever. They was in the ring together. That's when the ass should have took place there. The second week, I can understand here, because both guys did separate promos. Gunther came out early in the night, and Jey did his mid of the night. But man, some blows should have been thrown, man. I'm sorry, man. I kind of agree with Vince Russo on certain things, like things like this back in the Attitude Era when Vince Russo was like writing the show and stuff like that. We stuff like this. I ain't gonna lie, stuff like this wouldn't happen. We wouldn't see stuff like that. Even down to like you said, down to the mid-carders was top athletes. It was really, like, back in the day, it was really hard to determine. You know what I mean? Of course, you got your Stone Colds and your Triple H's and the Rocks, but the mid-carders was just as good as the top stars. You know, that's how they made it. That's how it was back in the days. Like, even the mid-carders was like really great in the ring. Like, you had teams like Too Cool, I feel like they the most slept on team in the Attitude Era. Too Cool was a great tag team. You had teams that had to be put together, like a Steve Blackman and who they had him with, and Al Snow. You know what I mean? Even those two teams together created some gold. You know what I mean? So I can understand what Vince Russo is talking about. I mean, I can't like fully agree and disagree with him, because he know the business. I mean, he used to be a writer for both, for WWE, WCW, and TNA. So who am I to say, what that man don't know when he does, because look what he gave us, like, during the Attitude Era of WWE. Like, that was, that's a lot of gold there, man, with the Attitude Era, and Russo is a part of that, so we gotta give him some type of props. I know a lot of people not a fan of Russo and what he say, and I don't agree with everything Russo say, but some of the things he say are true, and that's I can't help but agree. Because like I said, Vince was supposed to be a writer for the show for many years. Back in the day, he was responsible for most of those angles, great angles you saw back in the Attitude Era. So you gotta give the man some type of credit and respect, But overall, Monday Night Raw was a decent show. I mean, it could have been a little better for a closeout into WrestleMania, because that pretty much was the last Raw to Mania. Now we got SmackDown tonight, which is the closeout show to Mania. I mean, the closeout show was okay. I feel like the last year closeout Mania shows and SmackDown was better than this year. I feel like there wasn't really much of an effort put into it this year. That's why I can understand why a lot of people feel like it don't feel like a Mania. It don't really feel like a Mania year this year. It felt a little lackluster, minus a few matches, I guess, but yeah, this year WrestleMania do feel a little, lackluster as far as certain things, Last year, buildup was way better. Hell, I want to say the year before was a little better as well. It's like this year, I don't know. It's like it's there, but it's not there. And also, we gotta give a shout out to the Hill Naomi, man. The girl, you see what the blood clot girl said, man. I know her and Jay Cargill was going back on it on Twitter, and the Jay was like, "Yo, shout out to the ejection shots you be getting," and that's what she had to say about the shots. That was a good comeback though, man. About Naomi, I'm loving the new Hill Naomi. I'm really loving the new Hill Naomi, what they got going for her, man. I can't wait to see how they got what else they got planned for the Hill Naomi, man. But yeah, you guys let me know what y'all thought. Like, share, comment, subscribe.